Hello, Internet, we are live. Hello, hello, how is everybody? How's it going? What's going on? Chat is in a slightly different place than I am used to because of everything, but we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. How we doing? What's everybody up to? I have been spending most of the day organizing this place, which means a couple of things. It, for one, means that, like, things are kind of where they belong, even though most everything is, most everything is still up in the pirate ship. We apparently have yet another wandering trader in the place. They have been showing up a lot, hence me having even bothered to have emeralds in my pocket. But yeah, welcome aboard the mini Ulysses that doesn't have a name yet, and that I have spent the day putting more little details into with the intention of getting an episode out about it and the pickle shop this weekend. Our little friend Lamp's taking a nap over here. I'm just letting him sleep. But the coolest thing about me having gone and done all this is that I have empty shulker boxes now. And the thing that empty shulker boxes mean is that it's now going to be a lot easier to go do stuff over at the thing. What's the thing called? The mine. Over at my actual base. One of these days, I will either finally get a exit upstairs somewhere on this place, or I'll remember that I exit through the bottom, not through the top. Which I will say I did drag Zoy in here for a clip that was so incoherent between how tired he was and how, like, I was, because I've been very hyperactive today, that I don't think the clip's going to actually make any video, but he made me realize this place does not have an engine room. So we will be fixing that at some point here. Yeah. Because, yeah. But regardless, you know, starter base is mostly done other than engine room and whatever outside evidence of said engine room I choose to put on to the place. And as a result, we are going to take our bets on over here to drop off that wandering trader head at Foxy's, because that's what we do. And then we're going to... Oh, I thought we had another one blending in over here, but we don't. We just have a poor hopless pigment with one on it. Then we're gonna go hit that iron vein some more. Because, yeah, I'm building up resources towards my base, and I don't think I'm gonna need much deep slate, but a lot of people are going to need deep slate, so might as well along the way. And the thing that I will need is iron in one form or another. We do have the iron farm down in Zoy's face, but I've got the opportunity to go ahead and get raw iron easily, so I might as well. Hey Bear, how's it going? Hey Cal! Welcome in. I know I saw Zuggy, I saw Braun, I saw Owl, I saw Crystal. If I missed anybody, did I not say hi to anybody? Do I owe anyone a hello? Yes, I do have another portal. Actually, I don't think I've shown you guys that I actually do have another portal. This little area here, all of these divots are going to wind up getting filled in with water ultimately. So my nether portal is going to be on a little island here, but it will have like a little bridge to the edge and everything eventually. Iron Vein is way more fun than Iron Farm, and it's way more versatile. Because as mentioned, I do have then the opportunity to use the raw as well. I don't have any specific plans with beans this season. Wow, Tiz made progress. Jeez. Hello, CJ. Well, and hello, Aubrey. Welcome in. Yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of episodes lately. People who are in my Discord knows everything that's going on, but I've been kind of stream only at the moment just due to various circumstances. But, you know, hey, Jesse! I mean, okay, the thing is that ultimately I will be using beans, but I promised everybody that I would not be using large amounts of anything that was difficult to acquire. And despite the sheer amount of them that I'm managing to gather, I do think that beans still count as hard to acquire. Wow, I have a whole nother stack of diamonds down here that I didn't realize I had. So I'm still not planning on using them as a primary thing, but honestly, I'm leaning towards them being the main path block around my base. Iron beans, to be clear. I'm not talking. We're not doing any of the nonsense from last season. The chicken. Well, I guess the chicken must not go because the chicken managed to not be what died there. Okay. Oh, CJ. Okay, CJ at Lyarrah. Okay, Oh! Hi, Juliana! No, we already are being stupid and using clay on a lot of stuff, so no, we will not be using beans for real. I'm also not allowed to use calcite as anything but like trim and stuff, despite how pretty it is. Somewhere down here is that iron vein. Well, an iron vein. I have at least 2 or 3 around here. Yes, this looks like it. Aha! Alright, time to break out that one. You know, I probably didn't need to bring all of those with me. In fact, hang on, let's... And in before I accidentally obsidianify this, but you know. There. I'm also going to put that shulker box down so that I remember which way is back. They're such a good block to use for things like that. Oh, you know what I didn't bring in here with me at all, peeps? I didn't bring any kind of lighting in here with me. So I think we need to run back up real quick. Darn it. That's okay. This means that we can drop those shulker boxes off elsewhere along the way. Dang it! Of course I'd forget something like that. Oh. Oh, Mike, yeah. Oh, you're so good. See, I'm going to hopefully remember names. I do not claim to be somebody who's good at remembering names, so it may take me a bit, but... Yeah, I legit am, doing, like, part of why I've chosen this as which thing I'm doing tonight, Jess, is so that I can help stock up on, so that I can help with stocking up on, Deep Slate for the poor boy. That's not much coal. Alrighty. Let's get out some rockets. Let's also, hold up. Let us, yeah, just leave a couple of these here so that they're grabbable, they're exchangeable. Thing-o rockets! And, I know I do technically have a way up there, but I kind of prefer this way. Hey, Slight! How's it going? Yeah, no, it definitely still needs a fair amount. Heck with it. This area is going to be resurfaced at some point anyway. Let's just get these for torches. Why not? But yeah, anybody who hasn't seen the area yet, the sun is just coming up, so as soon as it does, I will give a quick fly around here. But this is my actual base area that I'm going to be living in. Thank you for the reminder, Mike. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Which reminds me, I do have a thing of leaves that I needed to give to Silent, too. I just decided that as long as I was getting wood, I would go ahead and silk touch some of the leaves. So that needs to be given to the poor boy. Or the inside of Fabergé eggs. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I'm still amused by somebody saying that the cross section kind of looked like Zap. That was a highlight of my week. It was a few weeks ago, but so it was a highlight of like that particular week. But you know, still a good time. Still a good day. Which now I'm just giggling to myself again because I'm remembering my jokes about, guess what, guys? We have another update that I'm camouflaged with because I don't know if you guys have ever, like, looked at my character's hair. Well, I'm wearing a hat right now, so that doesn't help. But, actually, maybe it helps because the hat looks like the rest of the darn thing. I look like a sniffer. Sniffers are Lyarrah colored. Somebody at Mojang has the same aesthetics as I do. And that is a source of constant, like, happiness for me. Ozug. Okay, yeah. If somehow 2 stacks of coal don't get me through this, we've got a larger problem going on. So, let's dump most of the rest of this in there. We'll make a second stack of torches, I think. We'll just take 2 stacks in there with us for the moment. Close enough. I can't be bothered to make it exact. And we might as well start back off with a really clean inventory. I was about to say, should we set up some kind of a prediction, but it's not like we really can, you know. I keep forgetting that we do not have the benefit of that here. I guess we should have taken the minecart back. I have made this big enough to fly down. Ow. That hurt. Yeah, Tough really needs to at least get some slabs or something, please. Please, just give me the slabs and stairs. There are so few blocks in this game that truly are just that block, nothing else. And it feels like Tough exists as nothing but an obstacle for iron mining at the moment. And it's frustrating because I actually do think it's kind of a pretty block. Okay. Yes, it's definitely kind of a pretty block. I actually experimented with using it as my primary block for my base plans, but I decided that the pattern was too obvious on it. The reason I've settled on clay is because clay, the pattern is subtle and turns into a white noise instead of it feeling like it's actually like a pattern. Make sure I don't leave anything down here before I go clambering up into the ceiling. Yeah, the chipped mod's pretty epic. Not gonna lie. That's the other thing I should probably keep on my hotbar, and I'm also gonna switch the rockets out for that. But yeah, no, we're using Fortune on this partially just so that we got the satisfaction of seeing how much iron we get out of it, and partially so that we can have the deep slate to donate to the Nether Hub. Yeah, that's fair, and I do think it actually does blend in well with the with andesite and stuff. Ooh, is this? Oh no, I was like, did we find like the edge of an iron vein? I still don't know if this is the same iron vein as the one I was digging into on the stream with Jesse. Or JC. Wow. Even I'm doing it today. Or not, but, you know. Xbox 360 and the Halloween pack, the top was... I can slightly see it. I can slightly see a brain pattern on it. I don't think it's quite right. Hey, iron block. There's always just something so satisfying about running into the full iron blocks in here. Oh hey, it shuffled its way to the song from the first episode of season 3 again. Or season 4 again. There's part of me that's like, you know, you could just methodically cut out this whole area instead of like randomly. And there's part of me that's just like, that's way too much work. We are just going to continue to charge into this. I am the only girl on this server without a J name. And that has produced a couple of jokes about L being a backwards J. Do any of the guys have J names? I just realized that. I don't think any of the guys have J names. Oh no. See, that just feels like one of those jeans jokes, like making random things out of jeans. Yeah, like Lyarrah feels like it's like the jeggings. I don't do moss mining because my only source of bone meal is slow. Also because we really do need the deep slate on the server as a whole at the moment, so I don't want to use it up. Okay, I think it's safe to say that there was no more iron in that particular section of it. Hello? Cave up here, though. Interesting. Okay. Try this direction. We do still have the other iron vein out in the cave if, this one turns up dry at some point here. Oh no. Yeah, there is a lot, but we also have, I would argue that now that it's going in both directions, Tiz's nether tunnel may be a bigger undertaking than my nether tunnel was. Oh, it's this cave. Okay. Like, I'm not 100% certain on it, but I kind of feel like it is. I think that, you know, it's slightly less labor intensive in ways because he was smart enough to not have it go through lava lakes. But in terms of sheer resources needed, I think he's got the season 2 topped now. So, but I know that a bunch of other people have been helping him with it today. And I know, that it's looking good, honestly, just in general. Okay, there's a little bit more iron. Come on, don't tell me that this is dried up already. I said I don't mind going out into the big cave for the other one, but that one had started to go off into aquifers. I also have plenty of people who will pay me for gravel, so, you know. We're just wins all around on the resource mining. Whee! Yeah, I do think that that was like the end in that direction. Huh. Weird. How about over here? What are we looking at here? There we go. There's some more. Remember, peeps, iron veins don't end. They just stop going that direction. Silent will pay with his soul. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. That was good timing. I had like vibes in my soul that we were approaching having that specific inventory be full, and lo and behold. I'm just grooving to this music, pardon me. Yeah, now we're back in it. This is more iron veiny. Problem with iron veins is always you start going off in one direction and you're just like, but wait, there was iron the other way too. Where do I go? What do I do? Which way do I mine? Y'all absolutely need to show up to the stream day tomorrow. Which, yeah, if anybody didn't know, that is, again, that's why we're doing a YouTube test stream today, is because tomorrow is the 4th anniversary of Truly Bedrock, which is not the 4th anniversary of me joining. I did not join until the end of, or until the beginning of season 1. The season 0 pilot series, whatever, we like the number 0 around here for some reason, is what started on this date 4 years ago while I was at a bar in Arizona. Sorry, it just so happens that the day that Truly Bedrock began, or like the first episodes went out, is also the day of the Zed Tango and Impulse meetup that I went to with Tia. So it just kind of like hangs forever in my mind, because that is where I made the decision to join. Yes, everybody that is streaming for the stream weekend, it's the stream, I keep trying to call it a stream weekend, for the stream day officially tomorrow, will be streaming on YouTube. I do believe 1 or 2 people are going to be streaming on Twitch afterwards. Ooh, diamonds! But we've been wanting to, like, experiment with doing YouTube streams again ever since they added their own kind of raid function. So we're doing it tomorrow. But yeah, that is why we are here tonight. All right, peeps, we have just a 4-pack. How many diamonds are we gonna get out of it? How many diamonds are we gonna get out of it? Throw your guesses in chat. I'm gonna dump off my stuff and oops. Bulk up that iron in the meantime. And yes, anniversary stream hype. But yeah, episode 0, or the season 0 came out 4 years ago at tomorrow. And it is going to be good times having the having a stream day in honor of it. We actually, fun fact, we have not actually done anything as an anniversary celebration except for the first year. This is going to be our first official anniversary one. Like we skipped years 2 and 3. And I think next year for the 5th anniversary, we're probably going to have to plan ahead a bit better and do something a little bit bigger to honor it, you know? But we got 7, we got 12. Any other guesses on how many diamonds before I start tackling them? Also, I don't know what the latency is actually like. I do know that the chat hits, or like chat hits the stream, like 5 seconds after you guys actually send it, just in case anybody is bad in chat. But I don't know what the latency's like besides that. All right, we got a 9 now also. Let's see what we can do. That was a pathetic 7, but that means that CJ was right. And I have, as predicted, already forgotten who it is that you said that you are over on the other side. Seriously, why is it so hard to remember names? But yes, the first guess was correct. There we go, there's another patch of it. Iron everywhere. Juliana, okay. C-chat. I feel like CJAT just works with the J name jokes earlier. Good night, Alita. Thank you for swinging past. I hope you have I hope you sleep well. Like, I already said good night, so I don't need to say I hope you have a good night. I already implied that part. Trying to fight with the overlay may have messed up, you know, my ability to word a little more than usual. So go set a trap for Jesse. I'm not setting traps for anyone anywhere except respawn. If you want me to set traps, I'll set them on respawn gladly. That next. Guys, I have to miss the last day of respawn. I'm so sad. My grandmother is unfortunately undergoing chemo at the moment. So my cousin and I thought that it would be nice for us to head over to visit for her birthday at the beginning of February. But that means that I'm going to be in a car on the last day. Actually, no, I think I leave the day before. What day of the week is that? Is it? Okay, no, I will already be in Portland by that point in time, but I will not, yeah. I'll be in Portland by that point in time. So I won't be in a car still, but I still won't be able to participate in the last day, and it makes me so sad. Because I means I'm gonna have to set up my traps early and then hope nobody disarms them or anything. And that is gonna be obnoxious. No worries. Thank you for swinging past, Braun. Appreciate it. He used to be. He has long since moved, which is the only reason he went in and told everybody that that's where he was to begin with. It's because that's where he used to be. I was like, we were like within driving distance of each other the whole time, and you didn't like at least come see me for the memes of having putting a pig mask in the scene instead or something. Sheesh. But no, Silent and I have like exact opposite levels of privacy, so I respect that. I respect that. Especially because my cousin and I have had several long talks lately about us realizing that, oh boy, like, you know how like all the Pixar movies and everything right now have been introducing the concepts of generational trauma and like, you know, helping get that out there. Well, I'm saying this in the least heavy way possible, but man, we've all realized that our family's problem is that we have no concept of privacy. All of us are used to just having everything we do on blast constantly by the rest of the family. And so we have to tell everybody everything before they get a chance to. And that has been an interesting, like, thing to realize and be trying to, like, work with in terms of, especially since now I've moved to an area that does narrow it down enough that, like, I can't really say my city name without it feeling like it's kind of doxy, so. Try and keep them away from the trap by way of misdirection. Oh, no, there won't be keeping anyone away from any of my traps on respawn. Like, yeah. Yeah, no. No, I'm trapping the whole server. So you will be able to be in spectator mode. Because if you die and don't have a head in your inventory over there, then yeah, you turn into regular spectator mode. But I suspect that anybody who hasn't, this song has lyrics and therefore it needs to go. Although this song, the lyrics are cracking me up. The song is titled Luscious Jazz, and the lyrics are going, yes, this is good. Oh no, it's not just titled Luscious Jazz. It is titled, and I'm going to drag it down here and and show you guys. It is titled Luscious Jazz, Please. Please. But it's being removed from that playlist because I don't want stuff with lyrics being distracting on there. Anyway, to loop back to my original point in there somewhere, no, everybody should definitely just call people by J names with no no context tomorrow. Like all of the Joxy Joe tail and everything that everybody popped in chat earlier. Do it. It'll be funny. Yes, unless of course it comes out sounding bad, in which case restrain yourself. And don't like do it the whole day, just like, you know, that's how you say hi tomorrow. It'll be funny. At least I think it'll be funny. Hopefully I'll be awake through most of it. My sleep schedule is on the fritz still. I thought that my sleep schedule was settled, but then I just randomly was up for like 22 hours over the weekend without realizing I'd been up for that long. Genuinely blaming the book that I'm reading right now because it is absolutely sucking me in that hard. But yes! Yes, exactly! Exactly! So that's why you're not just doing it to everybody. God, when that's reminding me too though. There was another gag that I wanted us to do that we never did, which was I wanted the rest of us girls to corner JC and be like, "You're the only one that doesn't have red hair. We have to fix this," and just like dye her hair red with the blood of our enemies. No, I do actually have a sleep schedule, okay? I do actually have a sleep schedule, but it is, which yes, is as surprising to me as it is to anybody else. But it turns out that when left to my own devices without a dog to take out or anybody else's needs to worry about, I settle into a sleep pattern. So apparently I do. I have been joking though that the sleep pattern in question is the like, oh well, I guess I don't have to watch anybody else for wolves. Maybe I should just hide and be asleep during the time the wolves would be around, because I keep falling asleep at like 4 p.m. Like, if I don't consciously try to pick a sleep time and just go to bed when I'm tired, I go to bed at around 4 p.m. So I guess I'm just secretly European? Okay, I'm thinking, let me try. I swear that I did leave another wall of visible iron behind someplace, and now I can't find it, and that's bothering me. Like, no, there's more somewhere. But no, I do think we have reached the end of this one, and that it is time to head out to the big one in the cave for a while. Hang on, this looks like it still might have something to it. No. So we will go ahead and grab that. I also hear slimes around here, which does not make me a happy camper. Good night, Aubrey. Take care. See if I can... I cannot. I was trying to one-handed open my Gatorade. I had this weird spiel on Twitter yesterday. Because I've been trying to, like, analyze my own behaviors of, like, why I do specific things. For example, I've managed to wean myself off of energy drinks finally through the use of caffeinated mints. I have these around now, so if I do really feel like I want caffeine, I can grab one of these, and I just like take one in the morning, and beyond that I'm not like worried about them in general too much. And they're only like 15 milligrams of caffeine. They're not like hyper caffeinated or anything. But I'm trying to like wean myself off of energy drinks because they're expensive. I used to drink the $1 Rockstars, but then Rockstar changed its formula and tastes nasty now. And why did I come this way? I needed to go the other way. Whatever. We can take a second to just dump stuff off in here. It really just suffocated itself. Okay. Yeah, like, I swapped back to Red Bull when that happened, but, well, energy drinks are expensive, as mentioned, when they're not the $1 rock stars. So, yeah, we have, I like, first sought out cheaper ones, and I do still have some around. I finally did find a no calorie one that I liked the taste of, which is the Celsius ones, but they still, I'm sorry, there was a yeah, a light there. Or a lack of light there, an unlight, a dark. But yeah, Celsius are pretty good as far as energy drinks go, like or as far as the sugar-free one go. So actually what I've been doing with those, because they're like super low carbonation also, I've been making smoothies with my magic bullet every morning, and I've actually been putting some of that into it. So I put about a half a can of Celsius and some orange juice as the liquid in my smoothies. I recommend the peach one most of all, but I also like peach flavored stuff in general. honestly, I've yet to have a flavor that I disliked of it. Celsius has been pretty good, so if you are looking for a sugar-free energy drink that does not taste of aspartame, then there you go. Like I said, still not cheap, but cheaper than Red Bull. So an improvement. Hey, Gav! Yeah, there's a special thing happening tomorrow. So I am streaming here on YouTube today as well, just to make sure that this works. Because it would have been really, really embarrassing to come time for Ricky to raid into me tomorrow and I can't get anything to work. Because I'm the person who started stream days to begin with way back in the day. Like, I'm the one who, like, bullied the rest of the server into doing them. So, yeah, I need everything to be working. Hey, Gav! That's crazy. Did not know you've been here the whole time. I haven't even technically been here the whole time. I've basically been here the whole time because, like, you know, I've known about it since day one because Zoe was having me look over his recordings and stuff, but, yeah. I didn't join till the end of April. Lol. Okay, where can I get up into... Yeah, that is the iron vein up there. It is. I wasn't sure if that spot was part of it or not, but I do see more as it goes up. Oh! Aw, is it boring? I've been here. So, people who, like, utterly adore The Last of Us seem to like it. And people who, like, only were kind of about The Last of Us seem pretty about it. I really love The Last of Us, but it just has too many jump scares for me. So I can't play it directly. I have to watch other people play it. Nice. And hey, you know what, though, is like, it's impossible for everybody to be there from day one of something, and the only way for something to continue to succeed is for it to grow. Like, we need new we need new fans, so I'm glad that you are one. It is very important. There we go. There's the main brunt of this guy. Oh yeah. We'll get there eventually on it. This thing winds its way around the whole place. I love it. This is one heck of an iron vein. The one that we got like 3 stacks of blocks out of during that stream against JC. Yeah, no, that's been the stream so far, is just me, like, people being like, oh yeah, no, I'm so-and-so, and me going, okay. Y'all know you can change your YouTube names now, right? Like, it's possible to change your YouTube name without changing the name that's displaying on your Google account now. You don't have to live like this anymore if you don't want to. Says the girl who has literally 6 different YouTube accounts at this point, but I only go anywhere on the main one. I use my other accounts for things of like looking to see. That was scary. Looking to see how things look while I'm logged out, and if people link me to something and I'm like, do I want to click this? I'll switch to a different account. I've been doing all of my ASMR watching on one account. This song needs to go because it is also too hard for the stream. Despite being pretty rad. Yeah, I do all my ASMR watching on one now. It's partially just because, like, while I somehow have escaped a lot of, like, the nightmarish, like, why am I being recommended this YouTube recs that I see a lot of other people get, I definitely was getting very confusing YouTube recommendations because the site clearly had no idea what to make of the concoction of stuff I watch. So I started kind of like swapping between different accounts for different genres of stuff. Get them all pretty much the same. Yep. Told him to build with quartz, and he said if I want that, then I can go do it. So he hit himself. Found everyone else watching Silence tutorials. Yay! Yeah, Silent is definitely the gateway for a lot of people into us, and I am super appreciative of him for it. Like, he is just such a cool guy, and I know that TB is sadly not, like, as good on his channel as some of the other stuff, because people go to his channel for tutorials, but, like, Silent's adorable, and we love him, and we owe him our sanity. Mind you, we're not going to give him our sanity, because, I mean, if you met the guy, he clearly doesn't know how to use the stuff, but, like, you know, if he asked, we'd give it to him. Oh, Zuggy. Yeah, Zug, I have to thank you because I think that you have been even more responsible than Moth for the fact that I have slowly been breaking out of answering every rhetorical question or joking question that's pointed my way. Silent is all about the lore. And about the find. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of the conversation in a, like, there we go. Yeah, I can put it on screen in such a way that it is cut to just that section. So we've got, guys, glow signs don't cause leg anymore. Press X to doubt. I get more FPS looking at these signs than away from them. That used to be like 5 FPS. Just this hilarious thing of him trying to convince us all to go ahead and start using glow ink on everything again. And it's like, I'm not risking that. But then he went off into a joke about like the glowing reducing lag now. Aw, I appreciate it, Crystal. I keep crossing my fingers that someday we will be. But I also know that at the end of the day, we are all... There's only a couple of us who like... This is the only thing we have going on, and therefore we can put, like, all of our energy into it. And so I know that it's going to be a slow grow. But, plus, the Minecraft Renaissance feels like it's over, and I'm like, no! No, get back! So I'm just giggling again about the screen that I just showed you there and going, yeah, no, I like, if you think that the TV backroom isn't absolutely just silent, constantly trolling us, you are wrong. But in the most adorable way. Oh, come on, where's the iron? I know how JC felt now. Where's the iron? Night BR, thank you for hanging out. Oh, there's some. Silent trolling. I mean, he's not the only one trolling. I'm just saying, like, you know. It's been so quiet since Groova got a job again, though. I miss all of Groova's trolling. Oh, my inventory's full. This song also is too hard. We're still working our way through this playlist. Like, we are still working our way through the new songs that I downloaded. Because I do not want to use a streaming service for my music. Because I want to make sure that I actually have my music, like myself. Aw. Oh man, so I'm guessing they did the thing where they took interest in it when they were too young to like play the intricacies of the game, and now that they're old enough to, now they're getting into it. I really do feel like we're still doing good, so. I think the reason why the world feels like it's just like slowed down a little bit is that, well, this needs to go because it's got lyrics. Like, I was on the fence about it with the wind chimes being so repetitive. No, I do want my own playlist because I am very feisty about any form of rent only. It's not like a library or something. I've had too many games that I used to play that no longer exist because you were forced to be online all the time on them. There's no local version of them. Like, Destiny is going to go away eventually because there is no local version of Destiny. I'm sure he sees himself as a wallflower because, I mean, you've got my extroverted butt back there talking about as much as everybody else put together. You've got, Foxy's a chatty person. Silent is a chatty person. Zoe has an on-off switch only. Yeah. Jen's been really chatty ever since she joined, and so on. Like there's people are pretty proportionate. Like there's a big variety on it, but the like Groova not saying as much since he got a job has been very visible. Like the amount that he talks has dropped off, and it's very sad. I think the reason he thinks of himself as a wallflower is that he's not somebody who participates in the planning of things usually. Usually he lets everybody else plan stuff and then he comes along to it. Which I think he partially does on purpose because he likes leaning into the joke of nobody ever tells me anything. Oh yeah, Destiny had a real rough time the last few days from my understanding. Oof. I don't play it enough anymore for it to like have affected me, but I definitely been seeing Bife post about it. What was that? Yeah. I don't blame him. Yep. Yeah, that is exactly what Groova does. That is exactly what Groova does. But also on the rare times you get him involved on the planning of anything, because for a while he was the one that was in charge of scheduling stream days and everything too. And like he was super organized about it. Like, granted, no one's as organized as Ricky. Ricky is so organized that I worry about him. But like, I don't know. I'm the least organized person on the planet, so I have very, very like bad sense of scale on it. Is there more up, or am I stuck going into the... All right, in we go then. I don't think this is part of it. I think this little bit up here is just some iron. But I do know it does go into here. I just was like, okay, where is there any of it that's not in the water? No. The answer is no. Oof. Good luck, Gav. You take care. Sleep. Well, hopefully get some sleep first of all, but sleep well if you can. We'll see you around. It's an interesting cave. I chose an interesting place to base, peeps. Oh, I said I was gonna give it a flight around so you guys could see it, and then I didn't. Who's messaging me? Who wants me? Yeah, exactly. Just let's start with sleep and then move to sleep well from there. How about that? You know, we'll go with the still unrealistic, but like slightly more plausible goal to start with. Gav has like a 6-month-old for anybody who doesn't know why we're joking so hard about him not getting any sleep. Multiple children, including a like 6-month-old. Oh, 4 months and 3 days. Listen, I have no idea how much time has passed in the last few months, okay? I mean, you are obviously, but that's because you're a good dad. There's a lot of good dads in this community, though. It makes me smile. It really does, like... I'm trying to think of a good way to phrase it because I don't want to turn anything into another therapy hour tonight. But, like, as someone whose parents, like, actively detested most of her hobbies growing up, it constantly makes me happy to hear people saying, like, oh no, I got into Minecraft because my kids were interested in it. Like, that is just the coolest. That's not what I'm trying to right click on. Hello? Where he's like, nope, I started because of my kids. I got interested because of them. And a lot of them were like, and now my kids don't care anymore, but I still do. And like, that's always just the funniest part about it to me. I think that is I know that has to have happened throughout history. Like, that has to have been a thing in the past as well. Like, there has to have been plenty of parents that, like, started playing Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons because of that. And, like, I know that when I played Pokemon cards back in the day, there was plenty of full-grown adults that were there playing because their kids started and they learned so that they could help their kid learn the rules, and then they actually, like, wound up enjoying the game and stuff like that. And it's just like, yes, please, take an interest in what your kids are doing. Play with them. It is awesome. Oh. And for the love of God, if you take your kid to Build-A-Bear Workshop and the kid tries to get you to participate in... I'm saying this as an ex-Build-A-Bear employee, not as somebody who ever went to Build-A-Bear as a kid. If the kid tries to get you to participate in the whole giving the bear a heart thing, you kiss that heart, okay? Exactly, yeah. The easiest... I will also say, I think the easiest way to keep your kid out of trouble is to make sure your kid trusts you. Like, I'm not a parent, so I can't claim to know exactly how parenting works. You know, I don't know all the trouble that goes into it. The closest that I am, besides my string of people who call me mom, is that, like, I have taken a personal investment in my cousin's safety and sanity ever since he came out as trans. Like, I have just made sure that he had at least one person in the family who understood what the heck was going on. But fortunately, the rest of the family has been pretty supportive to him as well, much to my shock. Hi up there. Yeah, I see you. But even that, like, I've had no, I don't, you know, I'm an aunt, if anything, there, as far as our relationship goes. I'm not a parent, so it's like, I try not to tell people how to parent, but, like, no, trust me. Like, being involved with your kid is gonna keep them out of trouble way more than threats ever will. I am living proof that the only thing that, like, setting extremely restrictive rules on your kid does is teach them how to lie well. Like, I never got up to anything bad because I was just too, like, plain out scared of my family to try anything bad, but, like, it certainly didn't make me do what they wanted me to do either. I just did nothing. And now I play video games for a living. Which is definitely not what they wanted from me. Oh. But it's something that they have come to begrudgingly support. I'm actually, well, I'm not going to be able to record or anything while I'm over there. Well, I'm not gonna, well, in part because I'm not going to try recording from any other computers because I like this audio setup. My ma and my aunt did agree to help me finance a laptop good enough for me to still at least get onto the server and stuff while I'm visiting them in a couple weeks. And that means, by which I mean, like, they're buying it up front for me and then I'm paying them back over time. Because my aunt has, like, a year no interest plan on her credit card. But yeah, they respect that somehow, they don't know how I'm getting the money, but they respect that somehow I'm making enough money online that I'm not having to ask them for money. And so they were willing to make a business investment. Because, which I really appreciate from them. Oh, so I will at least still be, like, working on my builds and stuff while I'm over there. And I'm excited because this also means that on the days that I am not physically healthy enough to get out of bed, I will still be able to work on my builds. That's, like, an extremely exciting proposition for me. Like, oh, yes, less gaps and everything. And less, like, helplessly feeling bored laying in bed. Because that has been, like, the worst part. I have a laptop, but it's a Chromebook. I have a laptop, but it's a Chromebook, so I can't do anything but like watch stuff from it. And man, and at this stage, it's also, you know, a laptop from 2016, or a Chromebook from 2016 when Chromebooks first became a thing. Exactly. It's like they don't understand where the money is coming from. They just understand that it does exist. So like whatever. I have explained it. Well, I don't know why I keep trying to put that down, thinking that I need to more often than I do. I've explained it to my family as I'm a stand-up comedian on the internet. I definitely think I'm also only getting away with it because the fuddy-duddy side of the family has already passed on. But, which is like the least respectful way I could have put that. That is like, I'm like, why? Even I want to know why I phrased it that way, because like, what did I even just say? But, no, I've told them I'm a stand-up comedian on the internet. Really, I think I'm more of like a wannabe therapist, but, oh man. It's the funniest thing. I didn't actually get to do it because we tried to organize it way too late. But, I actually got asked to give a talk to a bunch of middle schoolers. They were, told to like bring in a list of jobs that they were interested in. And the teacher then picked out like the 5 most popular jobs that they mentioned or whatever. And streamer was one of them. And so they were going to have somebody come in and talk to them about how like you get into that field and what work is involved in it and everything. So that they could like have a more realistic view of things. And I got invited to come to speak via internet about it, but we just didn't get to arrange it in time. Like it was super short notice, so. And it was while the most complicated parts of the last year were going on as well, so. But yeah, I was like, oh man, yeah, no, I'll horror story them on it. If anybody ever does, like, want to talk their kid out of being a streamer, let me know, and I'm sure I can do the job real quick and easy. Okay, name take. He has no chance. Aw. Oh yeah, no, I made sure they knew how much work is involved. When I was taught, well, I would have made sure of it. I had like questions or like answers ready to go. Cause like, I absolutely every step of the way have been scraping by the skin of my teeth and like doing like all kinds of odd jobs and things. But the thing is like, I've been doing that my whole adult life. Like, I spent so much of my 20s working 2 or 3 retail jobs at once just to keep a roof over my head. So like, given the choice between putting in that much time and effort, doing something I love, and that doesn't fire me for taking too many bathroom breaks. A plus. A plus 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 plus. That is so sweet of you. That is wonderful of an attitude for you to take about it. And like, when I'm saying like, if anybody wants me to discourage their kids from it, let me know. It is because like, I know a lot of kids pipe dream it, but like, won't put in the effort. And I know that because I know how many times I almost wound up doing content creation stuff on the way here, because I had other people asking me to participate in their things. Ooh, spawner, hello. What are you? Oh. Why is there a creeper in a spawner? Yeah, back when I lived in the Bay Area, actually, first experience with it was like, see, I grew up with a group of friends who was watching Red vs. Blue and everything, like when it was fresh and new. And we all absolutely loved it, and then Abridged series came along and were really rad, and we absolutely loved those, and like all kinds of stuff like that. And so my friends were like, hey, we should make an Abridged series, and like sounded really serious about it, and like started like they started writing scripts and stuff. So I started trying to learn how to do video editing. I wasn't very good at it. So one of the others started learning too, and like we finished 1.5 episodes of an Abridged series before everybody else gave up and was just like, nah. And I was very frustrated because I'd actually like spent money on editing software and stuff at that point because they talked it up so much and like proved that they wanted to. Ow. Hi, can you not? And then when I lived in the Bay Area, there was a group of people that I met at work who were all students at a local art college. Most of them were in the film program, and they were all talking about wanting to go into professional streaming. And they're actually the reason that I was running around with Chris as my primary name, like having my actual name on things instead of having Lyarrah on things, is because all of them were using their real names on the projects. But like, here's people actually going to school for film and everything, and who are like wanting to go into music production or like music video production and stuff like that. And like, yo, who talked me into going ahead and like being the driver for them so that they could go ahead and get into downtown to go do videos and stuff. They just like, they kept doing amateur mistakes. Like they wouldn't have their cameras recharged. They didn't think about things like taking multiple, these are film students, and I, who have no film experience, is having to tell them like, not like 15-year-old film students, like 22-year-old film students. I'm the one who's having to tell them like, oh no, like we should do multiple angles, like do retakes of the same shot, or like at least have multiple cameras trained on it. So that if one shot's bad, then we've got another shot. Like if somebody randomly walks in front of the camera, we've got another angle. And like, these were just like baffling concepts to them. And then like, same with like streaming and everything. And so it's just like the number of times where like I would wind up friends with people who were talking about wanting to do these big projects, and then when it came time to actually like do anything, I don't know whether, like, it could be just that depression stopped them or whatever, but like we all know that I'm like super depressed and ADHD, you know. And I think it kind of boiled down to like they were all, you know, mid-20s, still living at home, super comfortable with their situation. They didn't need it to succeed. They wanted to have the fun and dream, and the dreams were more enjoyable than the actual reality of it, which was a concept I couldn't grasp. So I just wound up like really angry at them and not talking to them for a few years afterwards. Nowadays I understand why it was and everything, but honestly, like after a string of all that, I think that's why I've took to TB so much, is because here was finally a group of people who was putting in the effort and who was willing to put in the effort. And I get that impression from a lot of the TB members that like that we all kind of feel that way of like, oh my god, I finally found people who talk big and then actually try. Truly Bedrock, we know what a pipeline is, exactly. Yeah, I mean, at least these guys weren't being mad at the world that it didn't work. But they definitely still were the kind of guys that, like, stood around at parties and talked about the music video that they were working on. I do kind of miss those guys sometimes, but most of the time I'm just like... Despite us not being that far apart in age, it was a very obvious generation gap between me and them as well. Because there's some very hardline generation gap that forms between millennials who had to learn technology, and really anybody who had to learn technology, versus Gen Z kids who are just young enough and just privileged enough that their first memories, they already had a tablet in hand. And it's this kind of like taking the internet for granted type of deal. Like, I don't know the right way to explain it, because it's not even like to insult them about it. It's just a like, there's a obvious cultural divide there that pops up at times. Yeah, but Zoe, you're drawing the music video you're working on, all right? And yes, it's still like, I still get that vibe some days because, you know, I think, I think me calling you to wake you up to get you to come to a meeting is absolutely the equivalent of me texting Ajay 3 times the night before asking him if he had actually plugged his his charger in or not, or his batteries in to charge or not. Please never draw another dating simulator. I beg you. No, if you never draw another TB one. I never needed that to be a part of my life. It needs to go. Oh no. Zach, why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? I know you didn't draw it, and I'm glad you didn't draw it. Because I fear you would have drawn everybody as, like, legitimately sexy instead of ironically sexy. And that just would have been even more emotionally scarring. We've hit the heavy part of this. Also, I saw lava around here a split second ago. Hold up. Where was the lava? I want to throw like the, there it is. Like the single piece of string and stuff into it. Oh, pardon me. It's 2 pieces of string. My bad. Oh my god. No, don't. Don't. When will you all learn to stop encouraging him? Why do you do this to me? Thought you loved me. And yet. Encourage him to, like, finish the other side video then. Yes, yes, I can wake you up so that you can go to your job interview. Is that why you came to my stream, was to ask me to wake you up in an hour and a half? Oh. We are running so low on torches. Please have torches. Thank you. What a book! Oh my goodness. Sure. All right. I don't trust your alarms either, because I know you well enough to know not to trust the alarms. And see, Zoe is absolutely the kind of, of excessively idyllic person who is super excited about their projects, who I keep getting drawn in by over the years, you know. Except this one actually does his projects and pays me. Calling it a job interview is inaccurate. I'm being goofy. But yeah. Oh, Lordy. Yummy. Honestly, yummy art's the best kind of art in my opinion. Not gonna lie. I still, oh my god. I got these. I don't know if you can really see them well, but they're like little cake molds shaped like Easter eggs. And they were like $3 for the pair of them. And so I got them, and I am going to find a good gluten-free cake recipe and do a stream at some point in time. You know, that is, I feel like that is the ADHD creative pipeline in a nutshell. It is the dream up so much stuff that sooner or later some of it actually does get done. Ooh, Jello would be fun to put them too, yes. But no, I've tried to do a cookie stream, like as in like cookies, back at Christmas. But unfortunately, the weather got real bad and I wasn't able to get down to the store, so I had to cancel it. I mean, real bad. So I'm still hoping to make up for that. And so hopefully I'll be able to do something sooner still too, but that's the current plan. I don't think that, I think these are too big for Jolly Ranchers or anything like that. Chocolate maybe as a filling, but not as a coating. Or maybe not as like the main thing. Yeah, I will take any gluten-free recipes that peeps have because one of my cousins is like super allergic. Like fortunately not full on send her to the hospital or anything, but like no, Mermaid does not do well with any grains at all, so we need to keep her free from celiac stuff, and that means learning to cook more things that don't have flour in them. Ooh, raspberry lemonade cookies. That does sound good. I would be down for that. We have over a stack now. This is, we have not even really been like mining the vein for about a third of the stream. Like we've just been trying to track the vein back down, and we are still averaging a freaking stack of iron a minute, I think, if I'm doing my math right. It is stupid. It is just stupid how much iron you get out of iron veins, and I love it. Plus, it's an adventure! I just wish that they would give us gold veins too. If they would just give us gold veins, please. I mean, you can even make them so that they are only in the whatchamacallits. The mesas. Just give me. Yeah, and see, a lot of people have been telling me, like, oh no, you don't have to worry about, like just find a good, gluten-free, flour, like an alternative flour, and just substitute it in. And I'm just like, why don't I believe that though? Like, why don't I believe you that that's the one-to-one substitution is going to work that well? If there were gold veins, I might have gotten my base actually done last season. I say that only because that might mean that I would have gotten the supplies early enough in the season to still do it before everything went downhill last summer, but press X to doubt at self. I don't know if that would have made up the difference. But nah, I love doing the one problem with me and with cooking, which is why I could never try to do any of it on any kind of a actually selling it scale, is just that I hate cleaning. I hate cleaning so much. Like, if I were to ever become rich, the first thing I would do is hire a maid. I would hire a maid long before I would, like, buy a house or anything. Just because, no. I'm tired of having to clean. And so, therefore, I should never do cooking as, like, any kind of professional thing. Because I barely keep, like... That's well, I'm now kind of keeping on top of the dishes now that I'm living alone, and even at that, I'm still like, if I have one bad health day, it's all over. I'm behind for 3 weeks again until I have like a really intense get things done day. Oh. That, and I lick my fingers out of habit way too often. And that is fine when you are cooking for yourself, but it is not okay if you are trying to sell anything. There we go, there's more of it. Oh god, now you got me wondering if that's part of it for me too, because I am not a picky eater because I love a large variety of foods. But on the other hand, I absolutely can, like, taste weird stuff. Like, it's like how I stopped being able to drink rock stars, but like everybody else that I talked to about it, other than whoever in chat agreed with me earlier, which I think was you, Crystal. But like they changed an ingredient and I could tell and I couldn't eat it anymore. Oh no. I don't have an official ADHD diagnosis, but I was referred for diagnosis by a doctor who believed I did back over there in Oregon. But getting in to see anybody in Oregon about it is a nightmare because they are super on the, like, we're not going to enable drug-seeking behavior bandwagon over there at the moment. By which they mean we're not going to prescribe things to people who need them. So that the only people who are still out there using these are the people who buy them illegally. But, ramble, complain. But like, I have yet to meet, the only person I have yet to meet who tried to tell me that I wasn't ADHD, who believed that also does believe that ADHD is a thing, because obviously there's plenty of people out there that don't believe ADHD is a thing. Was a doctor who then tried to recommend me for an esketamine trial. And I'm like, Wait. But aren't you like, didn't you just tell me that you weren't going to test me for ADHD because you don't want to reward drug-seeking behavior? Like, what on earth? It was like the most ridiculous conversation. Hello, Ashweenie. Welcome on in. How's it going? Like, oh my god, if oversensitivity to taste is also an ADHD thing. How about my family has like a legendary sense of smell, like in a bad way, but also kind of in a good way. Like, we are absolutely the people who smell the gas leaks and get everybody out of the house. This is a thing that's actually that like 5 of us, including myself, has had to do. But we're all like, I come from a family of people who, like, you walk into the house and they look at you and go, "Have you showered today?" Like, immediately, because they can smell that, like, you've worn that shirt for more than 4 hours since the last time it was washed. My ma used to change shirts multiple times a day because she couldn't handle the smell to that extent. God, I've been through this part of the rant a million times. That, like, I've also got chronic pain problems, and I was trying to get myself in to get it, like, checked out to make sure that there wasn't any, like, severe damage or anything like that, to try and figure out what's going on with it and get into physical therapy and stuff. And for years, I just had every single doctor tell me, like, that they weren't going to reward drug-seeking behaviors, while there was a note already on my chart that says I'm allergic to opioids. They make me stop breathing. I literally cannot be seeking opioids because I can't have them. And it was just, like, the most infuriating thing, because I would show up at the hospital with my back completely frozen up, just trying to get a single dose of muscle relaxer so that I could get back on with my life. And they would send me home, and it was just the worst. Ooh, yes, please. Lemon cupcakes. Also, honestly, I like, point me at those raspberry lemonade cookies also, because while they may not be gluten-free, like, I can still eat them. I'm not the celiac around here, and the celiac does not live with me, so I can have them in the house. I just, you know, if I wind up having her over, then I want to make sure I'm considerate to her. Peeps, we are out of torches. Ow! That was kind of terrifying. We're out of torches and still very much in it. I believe my tunnel is at 300, if I'm not mistaken. So we are going to first turn off this particular song, because this is another case of the song is way too weird. I'm just trying. I don't want any songs that are disruptive. And this is a very disruptive song. But... That said, I am having a time with this song. I like this song. No, we're leaving this song on here. I don't care. I don't care if it's disruptive. It's fun. I appreciate it, Crystal. Thank you very, very much. Are you in the Discord? I have forgotten already with if you were like what the other name you gave earlier, and I feel bad. For me, the chronic pain is I had a rib dislocate in high school. And to this day, I do not know, and mind you, it stayed out for years because, of course, I wound up not being able to get treatment on it. Okay, now the song's getting too hyper. We're at least skipping it. I'm sad. Oh yeah, no, it's been really, really funny because at this stage now every single AFAB person on one side of my family has officially been diagnosed, and I'm just sitting with autism, and I'm sitting there going, oh. Or at least all the ones under 50, I'll put it that way. I am the last one who hasn't even tried. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Dang it. I wanted to go the other way. I'm trying to get back to my tunnel. There's mobs that way, though. I feel like I saw it, like, open out into a big area over here. Hang on. There might be stuff in my ender chest. Are there torches or There's torch supplies in here! I'm a genius! We don't have to go anywhere! See you, DSR! Thank you for being here. I'm just like casually making torches with like the sounds of so many mobs around me, and I'm just like, Those there. Oh yeah, no, I now that I'm in a state that isn't counterproductive on healthcare, I am very, very like excited that I will hopefully finally get treatment for ADHD, because like I absolutely am just like, no, it's all over for y'all as soon as I'm able to be organized. Like the meme of like, no, this is God nerfing me because he knew how unstoppable I'd be otherwise. That is absolutely how I feel about the situation. And I am very determined. Like, I swear, if that was the end of this entire thing anyway, I'm gonna be so mad. We saw more a couple minutes ago. There we go. Thank you. Jeez. Like, I know I saw iron in here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard of there being any of the stomach issues being attached to ADHD. My family has Crohn's that runs in it. Fortunately, I didn't wind up with the Crohn's, but I definitely have IBS. And last year we managed to finally isolate, like, I'd gone through, that's the one thing I'd been able to get them to take me seriously on because of that being in the family history. So I've had like the pinprick test and everything. That's the only reason I know I'm not a celiac. Because they tested everything and finally found a food dye was not one of the numbered ones. One of the natural ones was the primary thing. And we figured that out by like sheer chance and me eliminating, eliminating the related things out of my diet afterwards. And my quality of life has gone up substantially since then. From that part alone. No, for me, it's that my pain, anytime I've been in to see a doctor over the years, they've I have had so many doctors look me right in the face and tell me that ribs can't be dislocated. And the only vindication I've had in any of it is when one of them had the x-ray technician look right at him and point at my x-ray and say, "What's this then?" It's like, they're not supposed to be able to dislocate. They definitely don't just casually pop out. But they sure can. But I've heard that so often, but mostly I got people telling me that all of my issues were because of my weight. That's what you always get, is you always get people to tell you because of your weight. It's like, no, I used to be a varsity swimmer. I used to be like, I was never like gonna be an Olympic person or anything, but like, I was legitimately great at all of the distance events, and I was a butterflyer. Like, I could bench press 200 pounds. And then my rib got pulled out, and everything started going downhill from there, and eventually, like, I topped out at like 360 pounds at the top of it because I couldn't exercise anymore. Like, my family's fat to begin with. I was never going to be skinny. And I don't care that I'm fat. Like, the only reason it bothers me is because it's really annoying to find clothes. And it's also really annoying how disrespectful people are to me about it. I just realized all this stemmed from me starting to talk about the Gatorade thing about like an hour ago, and I still haven't explained that. So someone remind me to talk about the Gatorade thing once I finish this part of the rant. But no, it's like trying to explain to people that it's like, no, I'm heavy because of the pain, not the other way around. Like, the pain is like, my weight is probably at this stage exacerbating the pain, sure, but it's not the original cause of it. Getting people to understand that is just the biggest nightmare. Like, even doctors do not understand. And when I finally got a doctor to believe me and get it looked at, and oh, thank you for bringing that back to me, buddy. Lo and behold, my rotator cuff has scar tissue on it. My AC joint has been ripped multiple times from the looks of it. And they finally got me into some decent physical therapy a couple years back, and I was doing that until the pandemic kind of messed with that too much because they had to close down my whole the whole office I was getting physical therapy at, but I'm at least like keeping up with the exercises. Wow, this place is a mess by now. Yeah, no, it's just like, how much of that could have been avoided if any one of the like 9 doctors I went to over the years had like believed me and looked into it instead of just telling me to lose weight. Like, how much more of the damage could have been avoided? How many of the jobs that I lost over the years because I was in too much pain or because my back seized up or whatever else could I have kept if I had just had a doctor believe me a little bit sooner? And like, oh God, I hate our medical system over here right now. It is a nightmare. Anyway, the Gatorade thing that started all this is that I have been trying to like analyze why I do some of the behaviors and that I do. Sir, can you not? To try to figure out what part of it I'm stuck on so that I can actually like make the changes that I want to make. And since one of those behaviors that I has been stuck on has been drinking canned beverages in general, like I realized that the drinking the energy drinks was as much about me preferring to drink canned beverages over a glass or anything. And I thought maybe it was just because like we just so seldom had clean dishes for a while because of everything. And that I just got lazy about it because of that. Or slash ADHD'd out of being able to continue. I need to go back for those diamonds I saw a second ago. Hello, Lee, what are you doing? Oh man, I still think it's all in my head sometimes, and then sorry, that was not something I wanted to break through the wall and find. I still think it's all in my head sometimes, and then wind up stuck off my meds for 2 days because of something stupid, and I'm like, nope, 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 cannot function without them. This is real. But yeah, no, like I realized, oh, I think that the drinking out of a can has something to do with it. So what is it? Is it some kind of like, you know, thing where I just am preferring the, because I've heard people talk about like preferring the taste of stuff out of one kind of can or bottle over another. As a root beer enjoyer, I have had several conversations throughout my life about, you know, what thing to drink root beer out of is the best, etc. We're 2 full stacks of the stuff now. So I was like, okay, is it something like that? It's like, no, it is like the ease of operation of it, because like, without even getting into like staying on top of the dishes, because I've already made the rant about hating dishes. Like, I go over to the fridge, I open the fridge, I pull a can out, I close the fridge, I walk away and open it as I go. Now it's open. I can take a sip with one-handed whenever I want. It's free and clear. And these are fairly well balanced, so until they are down to like the last bit, you have to really smack them hard to knock them over on accident. Oh yeah, the caffeine is like the self-medicating on the caffeine is absolutely a huge piece of it too. But I realized that when I went over to the mints, I was still preferring canned beverages in general over, like, if I have both of these in the fridge, even though I actually slightly prefer the Gatorade, and even though, like, this is empty now, but I drink a lot of Simply Lemonade. Although maybe I won't anymore after the things that were just released about the chemicals that they've been finding in it. But, no, like, you know, it's like, all things created equal. Simply Raspberry Lemonade is my favorite beverage on the planet, and I will just devour it. And if you put those little bottles of it in front of me, I will wind up just drinking them, everything. And I was like, okay. So we've clearly arrived at single serve as part of it. So it's like the process of having to get to pour myself a glass of juice. And like, to people without ADHD, this sounds lazy, but to people with ADHD or who have like some kind of handicap that makes moving a pain in the butt to them, like they get it, that you got to go over there, get a glass out, put it on the counter, open the fridge, take the bottle out, close the fridge, open the bottle, pour the juice, make sure that you don't pour it so fast that it spills, because like you got to compensate for how much juice is in it. And yes, that is something that you innately know by the time you're an adult, but sometimes it's still just like your arm moves in the wrong angle or whatever. You gotta close that back up. You gotta open the fridge again, put it back in the fridge, close the fridge, take the glass back to where it is. Then you gotta hope that the glass doesn't get knocked over, because if this gets knocked over versus if this gets knocked over, this is only going to spill a few drops. This is just going to whoosh everywhere. Which I'd been partially compensating for by getting a few cups that have lids to them. But those then, and straws, but then you also have to keep up on cleaning straws, and straws are the biggest nightmare to keep up on cleaning. And I realized that on a smaller scale, it extends to bottles, because even when I have a single serve like the Gatorade, I still need both hands to drink out of it, because I still have to unscrew the cap each time to take a sip out of it, or just let it sit there without the lid on. Hey Kim, I got my my bangs bleached. We are pull it off for a second. So this is the section that Crow had dyed purple for me at my birthday like 7 freaking months ago. And we are like, it had passed out of my bangs already. But I want to go ahead and finally get the teal underside, but we need the purple to wash out more first. So I have a shampoo now to help convince the dye to get the heck out of my hair already. Because it was supposedly a wash out in 10 to 12 washes dye. 12 months, or 7 months later. So yeah, I just went ahead and got just my bangs done so that I could do something fun with it. I'm usually okay with fairly flat sodas as long as they're not completely flat. But like Coca-Cola, I want either out of a can or poured into a glass from a can. I don't like Coca-Cola from bottles. A&W root beer is best from bottles, but mug root beer and mug root beer is best from cans. Barks you can go either way on. Barks you can really kind of have either one. I used to be a Pepsi person, but my ex's family was like borderline militantly Coca-Cola, and I also just kind of like fell off drinking soda somewhere along the line. I think my deal to myself to let me continue drinking as many energy drinks as I was that I wasn't going to drink other soda, and I just kind of lost the taste for it. So these days, like, Simply Lemonade is my go-to. Like, that's what I would prefer to drink, like I said, but apparently that stuff's like got some real manufacturing issues at the moment, so I'm not buying it anymore for a bit until I hear that that's been cleared up. But Arizona, 99 cents always. I love Arizonas. And I've been drinking a lot of Gatorade because ever since I started wearing compression socks, I dehydrate really easily. Not as easily now that I've moved over to a cold climate, so I'm not just like sweating constantly, but yeah. Because Montana's nice and cold. The weather here is reasonable. Human beings can survive here without the need for air conditioning. It's a miracle. Yes. I normally hate cherry flavored things, but one of my recent grocery deliveries, which can I just say grocery delivery has been such a lifesaver for me during COVID, because like my immune system overreacts to everything. So if I get COVID, I absolutely will have like all the worst symptoms instantly because my immune system will just go nuts with it. So I've been really trying to avoid it. So thank you, grocery delivery, for being a thing that exists. But yeah, I always order the blue because like blue Gatorade, man. But they replaced it with the cherry frost, and because they were out one day, and the cherry frost actually turned out to be pretty good. Like, don't like cherry things normally, but man, cherry frost, yeah, that was good. And yeah, I think I can pull off. It'll be a little bit darker and a little bit greener of a shade than this. But I think I'll be able to pull it off pretty well. But the problem is that I'm working my way there from red. And that's why I dyed it purple, was with the logic of like, okay, we'll dye it purple and then we'll dye it blue and we'll just like work my way through the rainbow. You know, like every like 4 months I'll dye my hair again and I'll just slowly shift my way from red over to teal so that I can do the undersides like I want to. But no, my hair won't let go of any of the red or the purple, so we are having to find different solutions here. Like, that's why I finally caved and went to a professional, even though I didn't want to spend that kind of money, is because, like, it's been 5 months and the hair dye is still there. What do I do? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no! Not like this. 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 I don't have any teddy bears yet. No. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I cannot drink water. I did finally find one brand of flavored sparkling water that I can drink. Like that I like not just can drink, but that I will voluntarily sit there and drink the whole can. I had to make sure not to eat anything remotely sweet while I'm drinking out of it. Because then my brain will realize that it's not as sweet by comparison and will get fussy about things and be like, nope. So like I can't have like teriyaki with it, and I can't have like cereal with it. But for like savory foods, it works great. And that's the bubbly brand ones. And specifically, it's the blackberry that I've taken to. My cousins had it at Thanksgiving, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I'll go buy a case of this. Which is what got me oh my god, I think I'm safe up here. I'm gonna get all the way up here, and then I want to show you guys one of the things that I've been thinking about buying. And like, everybody told me on a recent chat to go ahead and go for it, but I still haven't because I know that I will not ever refill it. Like, I will just continuously forget to. I'll tell you, I think the thing that I like about this particular brand of sparkling water too is the fact that it doesn't even try to pretend to be sweet. It's just sparkling water with some flavor in it. And I'm like, yeah, we can work with this. Yeah, exactly. It has enough flavor. Like, people do the memes about, people do all the memes about, like, the certain brand about LaCroix and all the other ones having like like, oh, you know, it met an orange one time 4 years ago, or somebody is dreaming gently of grapefruit in the next room over. Like, of that being how slight the flavors are in those. And like, yes, that is very true. That is extremely true. And that is why I don't like most of them. But like, sorry, I'm just getting this open in an incognito window so I don't accidentally dox myself. Because the first time I ever opened up any Amazon page, I found out that it just has your address, or like on stream, I found out it has your address just hanging out there. This thing. That like you can put different drinks into, because these days I've got like the Gatorade's not gonna fit in there, but like everything else will, and I've got like the Gatorades I tend to start one day and it takes me like a day and a half and it's warm by then, and I'm still, it's like the one thing that I have no qualms whatsoever about drinking warm. I don't know. I think I did enough sports in my life that I'm used to warm Gatorade. But look at this thing. Like, just think to yourself how handy this thing is. How like organized my fridge would be with it in it. And how it's never going to actually get refilled. I'm going to fill that thing once. And then from then on out, it is just going to sit in the fridge with the last 2 cans of whatever thing I like the least left in it. Because I cannot psychologically bring myself to drink the last 2 cans, because that means I then am obligated to go ahead and refill the whole thing, because otherwise it's just empty. Like, it's kind of like how we had a Brita water filter in the fridge for a long time. One of the ones that, like, with the pour spout and everything. Because I figured the pour spout one, would mean that we could refill water bottles. Because my ex-husband loved water bottles. Like just normal, Dasani or whatever. And like I figured, okay, you know, like that means that we can refill those and those. Yeah, about like the 5th time that we needed to refill it, the sink was too full to put the thing in to fill, and it didn't for some reason occur to me to go ahead and just like, ow, rude. It didn't occur to me to go ahead and you know, put, you know, like grab a pitcher and fill it or something. And so it just sat there on the counter next to the sink, waiting for the sink to be empty enough for us to refill it, which of course took so long that the inside of it started to mildew in the meantime. Naturally, because my ex is probably also ADHD, but is definitely like severely depressed. So like either way, neither one of us was refilling it, and neither one of us is getting the sink cleared out enough to refill it, and neither one of us like thought to go ahead and do it. So that poor thing, that poor empty Brita filter thing sat on the counter for 2, maybe 3 years empty, before we finally could resign ourselves to the fact that it was never getting refilled and throw it away. Like that even if we did like manage to get ourselves to refill it, that like there was no cleaning whatever mildew had managed to build up in that thing over the years out at that point, and it was time to just give up. Which let me tell you, like, that is the one thing that I think I have actually managed to start therapying myself out of, and I actually credit not my therapist, but TB and my community for it. The concept of like, it's time to give up. Like, that is just not something I'd ever been able to do. But like, the bright side of me not getting my bases done is that it made me like come to terms with it, and I think that's part of why I was able to do that thing did last year of the like, I'm throwing away 1 item a day. I know I turned back from here earlier because I didn't have many torches left, but was there actually anything in here? No, of course not. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those like, no, this isn't gonna work. You gotta work with what you've got. And it's like, if you can't get yourself to drink water, hey, you're still getting hydrated with this, or with tea, or with whatever it is you're getting yourself to drink. Like, screw it, you know? And a lot of the artificial sweeteners dehydrate you, so going for the artificial sweetener ones don't help. Which is why I was so glad when I found the bubbly, was because, yeah, those don't even have an artificial sweetener in it. Those don't even try to pretend that they're trying to be sweet. They're just carbonated water. And you know what? I'm chill with, which actually, Liquid Death is actually pretty good too, especially the lime one, but it's so expensive. The nice thing with bubbly is that it's cheap too. Like, I want to like Liquid Death so much because it is cool and the lime one does taste good, but man, I'm paying that much. I want something more than water, you know? But yeah, like, I think part of it is that it's hard to admit defeat when you don't have a plan B. Like, it's hard to give up when it's just time to go all the way back to the drawing board, as opposed to having the new plan already there. Yeah, I recommend trying. I mean, like, I'm still, like I said, I still am drinking plenty of other stuff and everything, and like, but I recommend at least trying it. Like, check out a couple flavors, see if you like it well enough. I was able to get myself to start drinking it with meals instead of drinking drinking sodas or anything. Well, I mean, I already wasn't drinking sodas, but instead of drinking juice with them. Words. I'm just trying to find another lead of the iron vein, but now I'm getting distracted by random lapis. Hello, Burb. Welcome on in. How you doing? Oh god, did I leave some iron behind back there because my inventory was too full? Oh no. If I did, I'm about to scream. Just like, FYI. No, I at least don't know where it would have been. Okay. Hello. No, you're good. I don't think I think that it managed to perfectly fill up my inventory. So I don't think we actually missed any. That said, yeah, we definitely need to take a second to reevaluate the inventory situation, put some stuff away. Did I bring any more of the shulkers in here? Yes, there is one more shulker in here that is empty. Perfect. God, this song is giving me Bobby Broccoli vibes. Does anybody else watch him? There's this guy that does videos on, like, the one that showed up on my YouTube Rex that's pulled me into his channel to begin with was called The Man Who Faked an Element, or who tried to fake an element or something. And now I've been sucked into his channel and just like have watched like half of it, and it is needlessly well animated educational videos. Like they have no need to have all the special effects they have on them, but boy they do. With like self-taught Blender animation of like random science scandals. So, you know, a guy that like the one that I mentioned before, of the guy who tried to fake discovering an element over at Berkeley. One of well, actually it's a 2-video series about these 2 rich French guys who well, this is a whole new cave area. Wow. And there's the iron vein still. But yeah, these 2 rich French guys who like my brain's struggling to remember exactly how to describe the scandal that they got wrapped up in, but it was with their PhDs. Like, it was concerning whether or not they deserved their PhDs. or like, and it wasn't even a like they just paid for them. It was a like somebody accused them of getting the PhDs to troll the scientific community because they just like faked the entire project that it was in and everything, and like, and it wasn't to get the PhDs more easily. It was like to prove that scientific journalism's a scam right now or whatever. I don't know, it's just been a bunch of really interesting videos. Yeah, I have been putting off watching the videos about the canceled super collider that the US was supposed to have, that I don't think we ever were supposed to actually have. I think it was just a like way to secure funding on stuff during the Cold War, but I've been putting off watching it because I know I'm going to get mad about it. But it looks so interesting to me. Yeah, Bobby Broccoli is the name of that, if anybody wants it. Yeah, definitely recommend. Welcome back, Bron! That's a weird emote. That is a weird emote. Please never use that again. I am horrified. Hey, Nick Flame, how's it going? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good too. Oh, I meant to pick this back up before I got that back off my hotbar. Yeah, sure. But yeah, and all of it is set to that particular kind of music that reminded me of it a couple songs back there. Like everything he does is just it's got that kind of music set to it, and it's all this like nice kind of neon-y aesthetic. Ow. Listen, buddy, you being fashionable isn't going to save you from me. Alright? I still really want to make my fashion police uniforms for, for piglins. And I want to all the more now that trims are going to be a thing and are found in strongholds. Like, dang. Good question. He said an hour and a half, and that was that was less than an hour ago. I think it's at 11:30 my time. I can definitely check. Thank you for reminding me. Wow, apparently I started stream halfway through a game of Brick Breaker. Yeah, 11:30. I haven't even been in... Yeah, I don't know how two people who are bad at who are bad at waking up and became each other's alarm clocks, but that's been a thing. Yeesh. Not, what I'll just do is we'll call this the last stack of torches. Oh, wait, that's why I wear blast protection all the time, is because stuff like that happens to me a lot. We'll call this the last stack of torches, and once we're through with this stack of torches, we'll make sure we leave. Huh, that's stone up there. We got up high. Yeah, I honestly lost track of time somewhere in there. But yeah, as far as any big projects planned though, Flame, I am preparing for my actual base work. Dang, this is just a deep hole. Yeah, I'm preparing for my actual base, so we're kind of supply gathering partially for that and partially for just like a lot of other things in the process, because half the server needs deep slate for things right now. So I might as well. Alright, this is also grooving. We are beyond lost. I just want to put that out there and clarify that I have no clue where we are at this stage. But fortunately coordinates are a thing, and that was a creeper stuck in a cobweb next to some diamonds, so we're gonna have to go deal with him. Do I need diamonds? No. Am I gonna get them? Yeah. Oh, he left already. Okay, cool. Depends on when the update comes out. It really depends on when the update comes out. Wait, have we... You know how I said I didn't know where we were? Ow. I believe that, yes. This is the spider spawner that I jump scared myself with earlier. Well, also server restarts in 5 minutes anyway, so. I know because Dadcraft just logged out. Coal. Like, he's clearly about to wrap up his stream. I know I just checked that, but I was seeing if I'd missed anything, but nothing that I care enough about to grab out of there. Oh my goodness. The spiders in here right now are just reminding me of the book series that I'm reading right now. Because several of the main characters literally are spiders that are about Minecraft spider-sized. So, like, hella good book, but definitely not recommended for everyone. Hey, look, a copper vein! We aren't going up there. Yeah, I kept being so confused about why there were skeletons in our spawner until somebody reminded me that spider jockeys could spawn in them, so. Alright, I just have way too many different things in my inventory at this stage, too. It's a problem. Thank you, Creeper, for ensuring that my inventory was even more of a mess. Which we are getting the redstone primarily because we're inevitably going to be the redstone shop for the server, because we always are. Like, this book series is literally, what if civilization, but it was spiders? Which, let me tell you, also has managed to be the only thing I've ever seen pull off the, haha, what if men were the oppressed ones? Like, maybe if we put it in those terms, you'll understand it, like, without it being, like, heavy-handed and cringy. Because spiders are just like that to begin with. But like the ideas they come up with as far as like how they develop technology and stuff are all just so cool. Like so cool. And like they talk about like, because there's I am terrified of ants, so there's been a few parts of the book that have been a little bit rough for me to listen to, but there are also large ants that are also like developing a society in a very ant way in this. All right. I was expecting this to bring me up into an ocean or something, but sure. We'll take a random cave. What of it? Yo, this place is cool. Yeah, I've been listening to the audiobook because I finally have started reading again by listening to audiobooks. Because then I can read while I do other things, like grind resources in Minecraft. But it's called Children of Time. And it is just like there's two plots that are running concurrently to each other and are blatantly, like, you know that they're going to collision course at some point in time, and I don't know how they're going to yet exactly. But like one of the plots is covering like the evolution of the society of the spider planet. They just, like, I call it a spider planet, but like I said, there's other insect species that have advanced on it as well. And one of it's covering a bunch of people on a colony ship that escaped a dying Earth, who've been frozen for like thousands of years and who are like trying to find a place to establish a colony. So I mean, like, you know, you can guess where that's going. And so if this ever gets made, I'm sure it's gonna be a horror movie, which is gonna make me sad, but because it's definitely not meant to be one. It's meant to be like a social thing, but I've been really enjoying it. I was hoping this might have a way of it up to the surface eventually, but I'm not so sure. But at this point, I'm just trying to get up to the surface and then call that good. But yeah, like the book's split into like chapters and then sub-chapters, and each chapter is another like 500-year jump into the future, and it's just been a wild ride. But I absolutely love speculative evolution stuff, so like I am just a huge nerd about that kind of thing. So that looks somewhat promising. I'm sorry if the screen's really dark, by the way. I can't tell how dark the screen is or not. I have not read that, so I do not know, but if it also is like taking an overly like involved look at how other species might have formed society, then yes, you are correct. Buddy. With a sword too? Like, please, no. Yeah, we can real quickly. Just so that we aren't, like, leaving a ton of random material behind as we go here. A cool cave. I might have to mark my way back down into it. I don't think we exhausted that iron vein, but I also don't know where to keep going on it from where we were. Oh, well, that's an interesting conundrum. Lol, that's gonna go so far down. Oops. Eesh. Block it, give it a second to... Yeah, this isn't far from my base still at all. Wow. But now I'm looking over at this here and being like, yeah, I have no doubt that I could have found a way to swim in and out eventually if I'd kept looking. Anyway, no, you go there. Let's go ahead and take that quick fly around my base that I promised people earlier. For the benefit of the people who haven't seen it yet. Well, not my base. My base where it's going to be eventually. Ta-da! Here it is. This is where we basin. So I'm filling all these basins up with water. I think I might terraform the bottom of them first, but I'm gonna fill those up with water and turn them into like decorated ponds and everything. And the first building is gonna go on here, and the next building is gonna go up there. I'm gonna be living in that little cave until I get something on my head. And then we'll see, you know, from there where we start putting more buildings. So I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see. Watch Dr. Stone anime and manga. Every human's been turned to stone. He wants to turn. That's adorable. And then a group of people were cryo-frozen to survive a meteor, and then wake up to a post-apocalyptic world. Oh, yeah, no, that would definitely, that definitely sounds like it's similar in overall premise. So I don't know, Braun. I really don't know. Honestly, probably the good old Cobble and Prismarine combo, because I just really like that. And we also already have access to all that. Mostly I just want to pretty it up though. Like, I just don't want it to be a weird combination of some stone and some grass and everything. Like, I want these to be regular. I promised y'all that I was going to only use farmable blocks or otherwise easy to get blocks this season. And I'm already pushing the envelope with the clay thing, okay? I'm not going to go back on that. Absolutely not going to go back on that. I'm going to troll you guys about it continuously, but yeah, I'm going to have like little ponds along here with little waterfalls leading between them. So it'll be a waterfall pouring in this one from here, and then that's going to have one that will then pour into I'm going to kind of turn this more into a tub right here, so that it then can have one big waterfall that goes down there, and then another one that comes down into this. And this is going to be just a big deep lake over here as well. Which, like, I'm going to have to find all these spots and close them off and stuff. I don't know whether those those are either big stream projects or big listen to a book while I do on projects. I haven't decided which yet, but we'll figure it all out. Yes, I expect you to be the block police. I absolutely do not want to be slowed down by my block choices this season. It's still inevitably going to happen because I want all that clay, but that's part of why I'm so excited that my aunt and ma agreed to help me get the laptop, is so that I can actually... I'm probably just going to be sitting there grinding clay at the kitchen table and just like nodding, be like, uh-huh, sure, Grandma. For the whole time I'm in town. But let's take stock of what we got. Let's take stock of what we managed to get out of everything today. Not worried about the redstone right this second, because boy, I have so much of that. Also have so much lapis, so not worried about that either. So what, close to a 3-hour stream and we got close to 3 stacks of raw blocks of iron? I'm gonna say bye to you, is what I'm gonna do. Anyway, if the first thing somebody does when they walk in is immediately start demanding I say their name, they are a child and don't need to be watching my streams, because you have to be 13 or older to have an account. Yeah, I'm gonna go call Zoe once we're done here. But yeah, no, nearly 3 stacks of it from about 3 hours of stream. And we are going to real quickly here compile as much of the deep slate down into a single box as possible. To go drop off another box of deep slate for Tiz for the Nether Hub. Like a box and a half of it here, actually, as it's all nice side effect of the whole thing. I love iron veins. Iron veins are great. We should do this more often. We should do this more often. But yeah, no, clay's farmable, but it is way faster and like you know, like it is in Bedrock. It is faster to get iron this. Whoops! I needed to go to the Nether. In Bedrock, it's faster to get iron this way than it is to have a farm, unless you have like a super uber leggy farm. But at least the farm is just casually AFKable. Whereas a mud farm or a clay farm. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not the box I want to drop off at all. No, you may not have that. Is this like the rest of the deep slate? Is there more deep slate over here somewhere? Already turned into stairs. Let's put it by those. Or let's just obnoxiously... No, we'll put it by that. But yeah. Ooh, alrighty. So, I mean, I don't really have anybody to send you guys to or anything. So I will just instead say, you know, don't forget about the stream day tomorrow. I will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern, and this actually starts in just a few hours. So I am gonna go wake Zoe up and then get some sleep till his stream, most likely. Actually, I'm gonna try to be here for the whole day if I can. Hi, Will! You showed up right as we're finishing up. We're 3 hours in. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you everybody so much. Let me get you all a link to the Discord in case you are not in there, because y'all should be. Here you go. Starting in 4 hours for you? Yes, you are correct. I had to I don't have my glasses on. So. Alrighty, so yep, thank you peeps so much for hanging out. I'm glad that this seemed to work well, so I'll see you again here tomorrow, and take care. Toodles!